Hello internet friends, today we've got a little vlog action for you because I wanted to talk about the Smoscars. I went back for the big 20th anniversary Bit City and boy, it had been a while. My last time on a Smosh channel video was on Smosh Games December 19th, 2019, which was almost 6 years ago, so that's pretty wild. I didn't even know I'd been gone that long till I looked it up, honestly. It was How the West Was Fun. We were playing Red Dead Redemption 2 back when we thought that online mode was gonna be the new GTA, I think. And just real quick, before we dive in, I did want to address the background. I know it looks like I'm in some sort of creepy cave dungeon, but this is all just green screen. I'm actually just in my, How the f did this happen? I mean, whatever, we'll deal with that later. What was I talking about? All right, the Smoscars. If you haven't watched that video yet, what are you doing? You're gonna get it spoiled for yourself by watching this video first. There will be spoilers. So go to that description, watch that, then come back here and watch me talk about it. I went back for the big 20th anniversary. So how it started was I just got a text from Ian. He's like, hey, we're doing a big 20th anniversary Bit City. You wanna go? And I'm like, hell yeah, I wanna go. And so we put it on the calendar. I was really hyped and I'm like, hey, I wonder, are they doing costumes or what should I wear? So I hit up the production team. I'm like, what are we wearing to this thing? I hear it's an award show. What are we doing? And they're like, actually, you can wear whatever you want. And I'm like, I have the perfect outfit for this. And so luckily tucked away in the back of my closet was, of course, the blood suit. The suit I wore on Smosh in Order, where I defended myself against those outrageous accusations of murder coming from the rest of the Maricraft crew. Nonsense they all were. So yeah, I threw on my very finest blood suit and I headed on down to the Smosh office. I'd never been there before. As I said, the last time I shot with Smosh was in 2019 when they were still sharing their office with Mythical. The Mythical era, if you will. Post-Defy, but pre, I guess, just Smosh owning themselves again. So yeah, first time in the Smosh office and it's like this big kind of warehouse and there's like props and costumes everywhere, and it did give off a bit of a creepy vibe. I had seen the Smosh office before in a video, because I did watch and react to Amanda and Shane's ghost hunting, because I'm kind of on a little ghost hunting kick of my own. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but me, Noah, and Keith go to places and prove they're not haunted, because I don't believe in ghosts. Keith sort of does, but it's a whole thing. Anyway, I kind of have a little more respect for what Shane and Amanda went through, because that place, it's not well lit. It has windows, but the windows are like, they feel like they're too small for the place and they don't let in enough natural light. And I think even not believing in ghosts, I might have been a little creeped out too had I been in that office overnight. But you know, I got there and I said hi to some of the new cast and they're all super nice. Now I've met some of them at VidCon before and they've always been nice, but especially Chance. I got to give a big shout out to Chance because going into this, he didn't know I was going to wear a blood suit and kind of menace and threaten to murder him on the red carpet. None of that was really discussed with him beforehand. In fact, there was no script sent ahead of time. It wasn't like I got an email with the script. There was just like a rundown of like what we were going to be doing. It's like, hey, yeah, it's like a red carpet thing. You'll be talking to our interviewer, it's Chance, and then you'll be seated at a table. We'll get some reaction shots of you, and then you'll present some awards. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. So I'm doing my red carpet walk up, and I noticed in the video, my collar's like kind of all disheveled, which that wasn't part of the bit. That's just me looking sloppy like I normally do, and no one pointed it out. There were probably some people thinking, oh, okay, he's looking like he just killed someone. I get it, because his collar's all messed up and stuff. But honestly, I don't know how that happened. I thought I checked myself in the mirror before I went up there. I guess I didn't. But they just let me roll with it, which was fun. And then Chance is a great actor, by the way. When I like kind of went to like go for his throat, he's like, ah! And he actually, I'm like, oh, really scared of me. He was a good enough actor that I was for a moment afraid that he was really thought I was just there to kill him. Like I had just wandered in off the street and I had a grudge against the new cast. So that was great. Great acting by Chance. 2 thumbs up. Unless he wasn't acting and he was really scared and they just kept it. Like that scene in Lord of the Rings where the guy accidentally throws a real knife at him and then the guy has to block it with a sword. What was it? Viggo Mortensen? I don't remember. I think that story is true. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I then continued the trying to murder people bit when I was at the table. Eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed that I had a knife ready to stab Noah when Ian walked up to ask his questions. And the way the table bit worked was pretty simple. They had told us ahead of time, Ian really wants you to say honored. He's gonna ask you, how do you feel being here? And then you just gotta say anything but honored. So I went with On Cloud 9. That was my little ad lib, my little improv bits. because it starts with on. I thought it was clever. So I did that bit, and then the next part I did was scripted. I was just reading off a teleprompter, though. It wasn't like I had a script, which is how they do it at award shows. And I did ask if I could throw in a Epstein joke. I wanted to like open the envelope and be like, wait a minute, these are the Epstein files or something. It wasn't a good joke. The Epstein files are low-hanging fruit, and they were right to veto that. They were right to veto that joke. I 100%, looking back, I agree with the decision. At the time, I thought it might be funny. Quick side tangent, that's not the first Epstein joke I've ever had cut from a Smosh video. I think it was in the Joke Boat video. In my answer to one of the Jackbox questions, I was kind of riffing on a Lizzo song, and my answer was, I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% sure that Epstein didn't kill himself, which I thought was funny, but that got cut too. There's even a comment about it, like, you'll never see the deleted joke, but now I'm telling you what it is. So I lied when I commented that you'll never see the deleted joke. Anyway, I gave out the award, and Board AF won, which is kind of nice, because I was the presenter, but I was also a part of Board AF, so that was a show from my era. So I feel like I also kind of won an award. And I did actually win another award. It wasn't an on-stage one. It was just flashed in between the main awards, and it was first Smosh member to have colored hair. So, you know, whenever you see one of those Smosh casts who thinks it's a good idea to get colored hair instead of just going to therapy, I pioneered that shit. Anyway, getting back to the Smoscars, at the very end, and this is spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, really, I'm double serious this time. Go click on the link and actually watch the video before you continue any further in this video. But I got to bring out the Lifetime Achievement Award for Ian and Anthony. And Neil Mohan, the actual CEO of YouTube, appeared on a monitor to give a speech before Ian and Anthony got this award. And bringing out this award was actually the most nerve-wracking part of the whole shoot, because it was a one-take thing. You couldn't do a second take. They had confetti set up. Ian and Anthony literally didn't even know it was happening. We were actually surprising them. They didn't know about it in advance or anything. The production crew grabbed us and pulled me and the cast aside and were like, hey, we want to present Ian and Anthony with this Lifetime Achievement Award. You guys are going to hide backstage with the award. And then when you hear a certain phrase during Mohan's speech, Lasercorn is going to come out with the award, present it, and then confetti is going to come down. And I'm like, great. And then, but I got in my own head about it. I was like, what if I heard the phrase wrong? What was the phrase they said? What if he doesn't use the exact wording of the phrase, or says a phrase that sounds like the actual trigger phrase earlier in his speech? So I got in my own head about it. I'm like, then I'll ruin the whole shoot. And the confetti, we'll have to pick it all up by hand and reload it into the confetti launcher. Also, who do I give the award to? Do I give it to Ian? Do I give it to Anthony? Do I try to put it in between them and let them fight over it? How do I do this? And so I got really in my own head with just like a bunch of nonsense. But then it all turned out fine. It was fine. We did it in one take. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. We got to do the big SNL outro where we're all chatting it up at the end there. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Also, quick side note, when I was waiting to bring out the first award, I was just hanging backstage. And weirdly, backstage behind one of the sets, there's just this kind of picture of sultry Damien pinned up like backstage. And so I'm just waiting there with this award in my blood suit, staring at a picture of Damien. And I thought it was pretty funny. Oh, and there's a mirror next to it too. So you could look at yourself while you look at Damien. So I got a quick selfie back there, which was great. So overall, if I was reviewing this, yeah, 10 out of 10. Had a blast. I think the video came out great. I got to chill. I got to catch up with Ian and Anthony, which I haven't done in a long ass time, so that was nice. I got to hang out with a few of the new cast members. And of course, I got to hang with my boys, Keith and Noah. If you haven't seen the Double Take podcast yet, be sure and check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description. I get to produce on that and sometimes get to interject and annoy them while they're trying to shoot their podcast. Always fun to do. And Noah even taught me a new poker game. It was called Puhoy, Puthoy, something. I don't remember. Ask Noah. Go bother him on his Instagram. Be like, what was the game you taught Lasercorn at the Smoscars? He'll tell you. He'll tell you what it was. I even beat him one of the games. So yeah, happy 20th to Smosh. Here's to 20 more years. Thanks for having me back, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. I don't even remember coming here. At my place, and I gotta stop drinking apple juice. I gotta stop drinking apple juice. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to support this channel and get access to awesome exclusive videos, click on this video over here to the left. Or if you'd like to see me playing some board games with Jovenshire, James Willems, and some other friends, click over here on the right. And don't forget to subscribe. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.